I'm not going to shut. It's completely black. Yeah, we're streaming now. And it's completely black. Come over here and show it to me. Come over here and show it to me. Hi, everybody. Come over here and show it to me. Seriously. Don't start a fight with me right now. Don't make me. Come over here and show it to me. Come over here and show me your fingers. Because I need to get this off. I'm not going to send you to school. Oh, that looks terrible. And show me the other ones. Show me the other. You can't. You've got two hands. No, get over here. Show them like this. God, I'm going to kill you. Sorry, folks. We'll be right there. Maybe James can take over here. Hey, James.
Yeah, what's up?
Come over here and show me your fingers. James, what?
Nothing. I just said, what's up?
I'm not muted. I'm not. This is live on the stream. Yeah. An idiot is live on the stream. That's right. Okay. So I had my kid for the long weekend. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Pugs and Parker edition of 2 daily streams that I do. I do a noon stream called High Noon. That's a bit more formatted. That's all about the headlines, trending topics, hot topics, anything that people are talking about. We're going to cover that at noon every day. This one, Pugs and Parker, is conversational. This is just a couple of Joes hanging out, chewing the fat. All right, so I got my kid. I got to take him. Tomorrow he goes back to school. He was off yesterday for President's Day and today for Vice President's Day. I don't know what today is. I'm on the air. I'm on the air. Yeah, I do. Okay, so my kid, you see this? You're not funny. No one's gonna get it. He colored it all over his hands. He used Sharpie marker all over his hands. And I'm not sending him back to school with blackened fingernails and blackened fingers. And
no, just send him to school like that.
No, James, you happen to be in a loving, committed relationship with the mother of the child.
Oh, this isn't about him. This is okay. Never mind.
This is about.
I didn't think of that. And you're probably right.
This is about him leaving my house looking like a hobo. And, he's got to be presentable. He's got to look good. So he does this to me. I tell him, I get in the shower. And I want you to, he's taking his nightly shower because he does bathe. Get in the shower. And I want you to scrub all of that off. And you're not getting out of the shower until all of the blades. He painted his fingernails with black Sharpie marker. I go, and you're not getting out of the shower until it's done. So you know what he does? He's got both of his hands done. He walks up to me. Actually, he didn't even walk up to me. He was like, I don't know, 8-9 feet away from me. And he goes like this. He goes, yeah, they're done. And I go, let me see them. He's like, here, see? And he shows me 2 fingers. And I'm like, no, so many. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the other hand, which I can see is just covered in black.
Wait, is Jeff out of YouTube jail?
Oh, is Jeff in the chat room here? We got
or is he in Facebook jail? Jeff, are you in Facebook jail?
Marry the chat room. Bring him over. All right.
Because he's not using the Jeffrey Wainwright or Glenn Wright or whatever his alter ego is.
Is he back to being Jeff Glenn?
Yeah. But it's via YouTube, and I think he was a Facebook commenter.
Lysol or hairspray will take the Sharpie off, Jeff says. Well, I don't have hairspray. Okay. That's not something I've had in quite some time. Hairspray is not a thing around my place. I am a bald man. As far as Lysol, I don't know. What is the dollar store off-brand version of Lysol? Does that work? Same chemicals? I'm thinking same chemical compounds.
They probably have Lysol at the dollar store.
Hey, James, entertain everybody for a second. I have to be right back. I just have to finish this up, and then I promise you that everything will be fine. So,
yeah,
James,
yeah. I was originally okay with the hand being all jacked up and making the kid go to school with the hand jacked up because earlier today, I read a story about a dude in England who lost 21 stone, and I don't even know what a stone is, but I know it's more than a pound. So what's a stone, like 8 pounds or something? So this dude was huge. This dude looked like he was well over 3 bills, and he went down to something a little more reasonable, damn near skinny. And it was because the motivating factor was he had his friend send him a text every day calling him a pardon the language, but calling him a fat fuck. And it was one of these examples of how sometimes in the right situation, like bullying can be a good thing. Not that it's good to call your friend a fat F all the time, but there can be positive results from bullying. And this isn't the first time I've seen that. Yeah, how's the head cut come along? I had my first college roommate, this guy named Matt. Unfortunately, he was a large kid, like when he was young and then through middle school. And Matt rhymes with fat. So when he got to high school, everyone was calling him Fat Matt, and he wanted to get a girl, and she said, "No, you're fat." And so he joined the track team, and he just ran until he was attractive. And then by the time he was college age, they were already high school sweethearts, and they went to our college together. So it was pretty cool. Dude, wait, 21 stone is 294 pounds? Jesus. Yeah, he was huge, man. He was huge. So he had his friend text him fat F every day and for 6 weeks. And by the time he got the ball rolling and he had lost a bunch of weight, he's like, "You can stop with the text now. I'm well on my way to progress." And it worked. So I'm not really necessarily against all bullying. Some bullying's good in the fact that, it is a way to enforce social norms, and it's a way to sort of weed out the recessive genes that people have in their social development. So, if you're absurdly annoying in some other way, not just your looks, that can be beaten out of you with a little bit of bullying. So, how cold is it there? You need a hat? Hey, how cold is it that you need a beanie on right now?
It's cold. It's like 32. We're going to get his school might be closed tomorrow because there's supposed to be a couple inches of snow coming. Yeah. Well, how cold is it right now?
Yeah, I thought that went until Thursday. So, yeah, that was weird because it started out the day at like 70 when the kids caught the bus.
No, it was cold. It was cold all day today here.
Really?
Currently, okay. Yeah. It was 80 yesterday. It is currently.
We're at 46 right now. So the line must be between us again.
I had my air conditioning on all day yesterday, and I woke up this morning with the air conditioning still on, and the house was like a meat locker. Mm-hmm. It was freezing. Why isn't this updating? Oh, the damn phone thing won't update. Here, I'll pull up. We'll see exactly what it is. It is currently. There you go. Yeah, that's not as cold as I thought, but it's 39.
39, yeah.
And I shaved. So
hey, how is your? It already scrolled away, but your head. You see that over there? Michael is asking. Speaking of bald, how's the head cut coming along?
Oh yeah, let's look at that. Let's see how the head cut is coming. There it is.
Barely there.
It's good. I'm gonna be able to like fully shave my head in a couple of days.
Looks like a C-section scar.
It's raised right now, so if I use a razor up there, it's gonna just potentially clip it back open. But all right, did you hear me yell at my kid? I gave him. I gave him a dad yell.
You must have muted or something because we didn't hear any of that.
All right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like them well enough, but oh man, do they seem to find the moments, the worst moments to just suddenly turn into a pain. We've had all day long to just mess around. And then 2 minutes before we sign on to do a live stream, all of a sudden we're having World War III right here in the guest house, the Comfort Nest guest house.
How is World War III going over there?
How's World War III doesn't seem to be, I don't know.
Not so bad, huh?
I don't know. Well, no. I mean, there's constant shelling and there's already been a number of casualties, but as far as any coverage of it, we're not seeing it. Like they've blacked out the internet throughout almost the entire Donbas. So all of these people who were doing these internet streams live from there that I was watching, we're not getting anything. We're getting the occasional TikTok from like 5 hours earlier. I mean, it's so much for, the modern world being able to cover the war at a moment's notice. Yeah, I mean, I got videos and stuff. We don't need to do that unless you wanted to. I mean, there are videos of like the bombings and the shellings and all that stuff. I don't know. It's probably not going to ramp up until tomorrow.
Did the sanctions not work? That's so weird.
The sanctions were just kicked in. Yeah, they're going to work.
Yeah. That ain't going to work.
Oh, you don't think so? You don't think choking off the oligarch's ability to bank internationally is going to be a problem?
Hmm.
You don't think that's going to be a problem?
They didn't stop Fidel Castro for 50 years. Didn't stop Iran. Didn't stop North Korea. Didn't stop
Fidel Castro
these.
was a communist, not a capitalist oligarch. That's a completely different individual.
Yeah,
What are
well,
you
Russia's not
talking
known
about?
for their raging capitalism either, but he still has a lot of other
No, but
options.
they're
And
known for
double.
their billionaires. They are known for their capitalism.
Oh
They're not
yeah,
known
no,
for
no, no. Socialist countries are great at cranking out billionaires.
And those are the people that control Putin, and that's the reason for these sanctions. These sanctions are designed to put pressure on the people that are above Putin to pull the puppet strings.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. This was a bluff. Putin did not think that the rest of Europe would take an economic hit, and Europe is taking an economic hit. They did what I said they were going to do last night that you said they would never do. They cut off the Nord Stream. Germany said we are no longer going to be pulling fuel out of the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. The rest of Europe is going to have to suffer. Even Biden in his speech today said that, fighting for democracy comes with a price. He's prepared. Shit's going to be bad as far as fuel.
Okay.
More so
So
in Europe.
all of our allies are going to be paying more to get gas or energy in a less efficient manner. Meanwhile, the number one export of Putin just doubled in price almost. I don't think that's the gotcha we were hoping for.
He can't sell it to anybody. He can't do there's no international banking. He's not allowed to do any international banking.
China doesn't use oil. They wouldn't like some
China
of that.
makes their own oil. China doesn't use Russian oil. China produces their own oil.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's just see. Let's just see.
I mean, this
Let's see.
was the bluff move. This was the move that Putin didn't think that the West was going to do. Putin had banked everything on the idea that when it comes to the bottom line dollar, that's what will make the West crumble. And these initial round of sanctions say the complete opposite. How long? Now, the point you may have is, how long will they be enforced? I mean, at what point do the people in Paris start taking to the streets because they don't like the price of gas, right? Those are the domestic pressures that we'll have to see as they play out. I don't think they'll take that long. I honestly don't think that this is going to be that long of a situation. I think that I don't know. The Ukrainian army isn't even mobilized. The fighting appears to be between localized defense forces and the DPR. So, and it's all essentially, at least I don't know. I haven't seen anything in the last couple of hours, but all day long the fighting seems to be pretty much contained to Donetsk. We're not seeing anything in Luhansk. We're not seeing anything in Marasopol. And those are the other two big cities. So we'll see.
Okay.
Although I do have something cool. Should we do your? Do you have a?
I do. I just sent it a little late. It's there though.
All right. All right. So let's do this. Let's do our monologue, and then I got some fun stuff to do. Well,
Good.
maybe you do as well. I don't know. I don't mean to jump on you because you do have a right to program the show any way you like, since your name is up there on the marquee. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Comfort Nest Guest Lounge, high atop the 1%er compound in beautiful sunny downtown Highland Park, Texas. He is a man of he's James Parker. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. So in Afghanistan, a man and a woman were stoned for committing adultery, and our cultures are so different. In this country, the worst punishment for adultery is getting dragged in front of Dr. Phil. So. Okay, rough start. According to the UN.
And I thought, why not just okay, go ahead.
Lay out on him. According to the UN, there are 957 million people in the world who are hungry right now. That number would be higher, but I just ate, so it was chicken for dinner.
Look at him being mean to people who are starving. The lack of empathy, it's palpable coming from every pore of James Parker.
Yes, go ask Sally Struthers for a sandwich. Leave me alone. The great face mask debate rages on. Barbara Streisand, she said she doesn't like wearing masks because she feels like they make her nose look big.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
According to
what year is this? Streisand jokes.
Yeah, 88. According to a new study, school is the safest place for kids during the pandemic. In fact, students are much more likely to catch something from a teacher. Like AIDS or something. I don't know. The number 2 movie in America this week is Dog. Spoiler alert, it's about Pug's mom.
Yeah, no.
Okay. It was on this day in 1932. Senator Ted Kennedy was born. His brother Jack and Bobby's notorious playboys, but Teddy was the real lady killer.
Okay, I'll give you that. Said whatever.
Lady killer.
Figured
Yeah.
I owed you that.
It was on this day in 1732. President George Washington was born. President Washington is known as the father of our country, not to be confused with Barack Obama, who's remembered as the father of ISIS. I know. I know. Should have read the room. Should have read the room. That's my mistake.
Should have at least
Sorry about
read the guy who's working the sound effects.
that. More importantly, it was on this day in 1990. Milli Vanilli won the Grammy for Best New Artist. It was my favorite Grammys ever. They were stripped of the award after it was revealed. Of course, they were lip syncing. Of course, back then, that kind of thing was frowned upon if you didn't sing on your own album. A lot of lip syncing these days, huh, kids?
Okay. It was a thinker. They had
They can't all be good monologues, y'all. All right, and finally,
occasionally do make me laugh, though.
yeah, a belated happy birthday to Senator Mitch McConnell. I missed his birthday yesterday. He turned 80. If you want to send him a gift, he already has enough turtlenecks. You don't send him any more turtlenecks.
Hi, because he looks like a turtle.
He is a turtle. Like, you know how like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like supposedly they came across some radioactive ooze, and him and Splinter, they like turn into like these anthropomorphic versions of the animals. They wouldn't look like they looked in the comic book. They would look like Mitch McConnell because he. I mean, damned how much that dude looks like a turtle.
Let me show you something. Let me show you.
Did you find a very turtle picture of him?
No. Well, it's just amazing. There is a picture there. Well, there's all these pictures. I know that we always like to say that Mitch McConnell looks like a turtle and whatnot, but here, check this out. The late Harry Reid, who was his counterpart in the Senate for years and years. These guys are like twins. They're like the exact same freaking person. And somehow one does look like a turtle and the other does not.
Well, here's the observation is that when babies are born, especially white babies, they all look like the same baby. We all looked within like 5% of each other. Like the first day we were born, like then, like give it a week or two, we start to look different. And so it's the same thing as like you look more different, and then you know how you grow up and then you kind of recede back in that childhood state, you know, where you get smaller and weaker and you need a diaper and you all start looking alike again. And so by the time, like, especially white people, you get to about age 90 or 100, that you look about 5% within the margin of difference between all the rest of them.
We all lose our individuality and just regress to some sort of ooze.
Yeah.
They're like identical, man. These guys.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
But you're going to get that with all old crusty white guys because they have the same hair color. They have the same skin color. It's all saggy. All their features are hidden by the saggy skin. They have glasses. They have noses and ears that are abnormally large because the cartilage keeps growing throughout your lifespan. And so whatever differences you did have, like your nose would just grow out and they all start look the same. If you had different distinct ears, everyone's ears grow up and you start looking the same. We're all going to look like that. All you have to do is not die.
I'm not saying that I would do either of them, but even I mean, they both kind of look the same. But Harry Reid is better looking. I mean,
easily. Oh yeah.
What's going on here? Then there's another guy. I know that I always resist. I recently saw somebody.
The thing that makes him the turtle though is the mouth, because turtles have that distinct mouth. They kind of look like sort of the dinosaur, not the mama baby. Yeah. And that's what Mitch McConnell really separates him as the turtle. That and the neck is the big thing. That whole sagging neck. I mean, I feel sorry for the dude because that might happen to me. I just know if that it looks gross.
He's actually not. There's another guy in Congress who actually looks more like a turtle, and I can't think of who it is. He's I always say this. There's hundreds of people in Congress that you've never heard of. They're just not the ones.
There's about 400 people in Congress we've never heard of. Yeah,
right. Like every so often, one will die, and you'll find out they've been in Congress for 40 years. And I've never heard that person's name before. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those guys. There is a guy in Congress who actually looks more like a turtle than Senator Mitch McConnell. And I can't think of who it is.
This must be amazing then.
He's a fat guy. You know what? I will find that. I will do the research. If I have to go through every single picture of everybody in Congress, I will find the guy who looks more like a turtle than Mitch McConnell. But
Can I do? Can I do one more fun thing before we get into serious stuff? Because you sound like you're going to get serious.
No, I got nothing serious today. I
Oh,
got
okay, good, good.
some fun stuff. I don't really want to get into any war talk. I've been doing that all day. What do you got? What do you got? Hit me.
Okay, so I was just having the conversation with my wife. I have this weird thing about maps and geography.
Okay.
Like you saw that yesterday with the Volga River situation.
Yeah.
And that I really do just sit around and look at maps sometimes. And, this is,
I love them.
yeah, hey, Earth is our only home, and I think I should know it well.
Cartographilia is what it's called.
Ooh, I like that. I guess that would work. I've never heard that before, but, cartography.
You're a cartographile, as am I.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, we do share that, don't we? So there's so many things that these terms that we use in life, but we don't, or you probably know, but the average person that listens to us probably doesn't know how geographical these terms are. For one thing, like tartar sauce, that comes from the Tartars. Yes.
Yeah.
Where do Tartars? Where are they from? The Tartar people.
Yeah.
Steak tartare. When you have uncooked steak.
The Ural Mountains, I would say.
Yeah. In fact, it's not far from Ukraine. They originated kind of over in what's like Kazakhstan now. And then there was a huge Tartar population in what is now Ukraine. And when the Soviet Union came out, they ended up scooting like 1.5 million of them just over west a little bit to where it was one of the biggest displacements of any population in human history is all the Tartars getting kicked out of the Ukraine like 100 years ago, though.
Did they like fish? What's the point with tartar sauce, or is it more steak tartare where they would eat raw meat?
Man, I don't know. It's because it could just be bogus. Someone said, "Hey, I had this roommate who is a Tartar, and he loved this crap with his fish, and he could have got it from some dude in like Connecticut."
Something else that's always interested me along these same lines, and I'll let you finish. But have you ever seen somebody from the Caucasus region?
I've seen like Georgians, and they look normal, like us.
Look white. They don't look like Caucasians. No, like people from the Caucasus regions, who is where the term Caucasian comes from.
Right.
Doesn't look like a Western European.
Oh, they absolutely do. Like the Georgians do. And who's the guy that beat Conor McGregor, who's from like Dagestan?
Yeah. God, I can't think of his name.
Kubi.
No.
Khabib.
Yeah, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Yeah.
Man, I wish I could say that as smooth as you did.
I'm an MMA fan. I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah.
Khabib Nurmagomedov.
That's just where we started from, bro. Is those mountains up there? But
yeah,
look,
but he doesn't look like a white guy. He's got very dark features. He's got dark eyes and dark hair.
So do I. I mean, my grandfather's a Mexican.
White, pale skin. You got white.
I am. I have very pale skin, but I have. Aside from my facial hair, the rest of my features are dark. Well, down here, I have kind of a fire crotch too. It's
Really?
weird, man. Yeah, I have like dark hair up here. And when I was younger, I feel more comfortable growing out my beard now because it's darkened a little. But when I was like, when you first met me, if I grew up my beard, it'd be bright red, like Ed Sheeran red. And it looked really stupid because my hair, well, it was all kinds of colors actually when you met me. But it didn't match. And it looked like I dyed my beard or I dyed my hair. It didn't look like, it was very disjoining. It was sort of like a cognitive dissonance. Like, what's up with your beard?
My beard was red. My beard was always auburn. My hair was always like an auburn shade of red. And now I've got this terrible mixture of gray in this color red does not look good. It doesn't match well, and I'm kind of stuck with that. However, I will tell you, the carpet is hanging strong. I don't have gray carpeting.
No gray pubes.
No, I'm still a fire crotch.
Oh man,
not to the extent that maybe I was at 18, but actually even at 18, I wasn't really fire crotch. When I was young though, until I was about 10 years old, I had bright red hair, and then throughout high school, thankfully, it began to actually it got really blonde, and then it got dark.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my hair was really bright red until I was about in third grade or so. Then it browned out. So So let's go through some of these other examples of a cardophile's dream here. I bet you're going to know half of these, but the commenters won't. So do we give them a second to even try and answer, or do I just
No, because
ask you?
there's a drag. There's like a 10-second
All
drag.
right, well, so let's start with a couple easy ones. Like Bavarian cream. Where's Bavaria from?
Germany.
Where in Germany?
Where? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a the Bavarian forest, the Bavarian, the woods, the deep.
So yeah, it's South Germany, like Munich, button
Oh,
up
okay.
against Austria
Oh,
and
that's what you were
Czechia.
asking for. Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
Germany used to be much larger than it is now. Germany used to encompass other countries.
Larger and smaller, and I mean, you're not counting the 40s, are you? Because it got real big for a minute there.
It got real big for a minute, yeah.
All
No, but
right.
even before that, during the age of the 1800s and stuff, when they were going to war, half
Otto
of
von Bismarck.
all of
There
Europe,
was there
half of
there.
Europe was owned by Napoleon, the other half was owned by Germany, and that was the big war. And then the island was England. England had the island.
Yeah, that was a small flash in time.
Mm,
Um, okay, so
okay.
Bohemian, like a
Mhm.
Bohemian Rhapsody or Bohemian Lifestyle or
Yeah.
girls that don't shave their pits. They're very Bohemian.
Mhm.
Where's Bohemia?
Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Czechia.
Yeah.
And by the way, they don't want to be called the Czech Republic anymore. They want to be called Czechia.
I noticed that on the flight tracker map. I don't care. It's always going to be Czechoslovakia to me. It's
I
always
like Czechia better. Yeah,
You like
yeah,
Czechia better
yeah.
than Czech Republic?
Yes.
They really didn't like Czechoslovakia. They really didn't like that. They got out of that name as quickly as possible. And unfortunately, most of my learned years, they were Czechoslovakia. So that's what I'm always going to call them.
So when you fly out of Dallas Love Field next time and you're waiting in the security, they have this tile map on the floor. And
Mhm.
since it was remodeled in the mid 80s, it has the map of the world in like 1985, and Czechoslovakia is on it, USSR is on it, Yugoslavia is on it. It's kind of cool to see these countries that don't exist. And it wasn't that long ago. It's just, man, the map changed a lot.
Yugoslavia exists. Yugoslavia is still, or did they change their name too? Are they just
No,
Yugo?
Yugoslavia broke up in like Bosnia Herzegovina, Croatia, Serbia,
Really?
Montenegro, yeah, well,
All
in
right.
Kosovo now, and I think
Really?
Albania was stuck in there too, and I think Slovenia was in Yugoslavia too.
All right.
It was just all the Slavs that were crammed in the
Yeah, I know
Balkans.
those are all new places like Slovenia and Chechnya, and there was a Georgian Republic hundreds of years ago, but yeah, it was just kind of absorbed into
Well,
Russia.
Georgia's on the other side of like the Black Sea and stuff. They're between the Black Sea and
Yeah,
Caspian
closer
Sea.
to
I'm
the
talking,
Turkmenistans. It's over
yeah.
there.
So I'm talking over here, just across the Adriatic Sea from Italy.
Okay.
All right, now we're going to get into some tougher ones here. This is the level 2 difficulty.
Okay.
A puppy that's a Pomeranian. Where the
Okay.
hell is Pomerania?
Pomerania, China.
Is that your guess? Is that your
Well,
final?
Mongolia. I'm
Is that your
saying
final
somewhere over in
answer?
that part of the world.
Now you're just saying stuff.
No,
No, not at all.
not in Far East Asia.
It is not in Far East Asia.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Okay.
I know. Pomeranian dogs. I don't know if this is where they come from, but it's the northern province of Poland that butts up against the Baltic Sea.
Pomerania. Look at
Pomerania.
that.
Yeah.
See, every day I try and learn something new. Now I know where Pomerania is.
All right, Dalmatians. I assume they are bred from the classic Roman province of Dalmatia, which is
Dalmat, I would say that sounds Greek in origin. I would say somewhere down there.
yeah, it's over there. It's just north of Greece and what
Mhm.
they used to call Illyria, Dalmatia. So that's kind of that swath where Yugoslavia is now, where it's like Croatia, Bosnia Herzegovina, Albania. There's a
See,
little
that was
strip of
just a
that.
guess. I just broke down the spelling of the word, and Dalmat is seemingly Mediterranean.
Yeah, and I also gave you the hint of the former Roman Republic, but it was a
Yeah, I didn't pick up on it, but yeah, I guess you
yeah.
did.
But it was called Dalmatia. That little stretch there of Illyria was called Dalmatia back then. Okay, Siamese cat from
Oh,
Siam. What's
Siam.
Siam?
Well, Siam's in the Far East. What is Siam called now? I know it's not. It's not the same thing. It is. It's not Peking because Peking is Beijing. Siam, the king of Siam. That's like down in like Indonesia, over in that area. Yes.
Oh yeah, you're right on top of it. In
Yeah.
fact, it's pretty much the same country now. They just changed its name. It's Thailand,
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that part of the world.
and I
I,
think
I
that was
get I
just
get I get Thailand, Indonesia, and Malaysia all glommed together. I make no differential between any of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't know the difference if they walked in the room. That's for sure.
Okay. All
Okay.
right, give me more. And I'm hoping we get to lesbian. I'm hoping we get to the origin of lesbian. Go ahead.
Okay, lesbian.
The Greek island of Lesbos.
You damn right.
Mhm.
Man, I gotta go there. That's a pilgrimage old Parker needs to take. Big fan of
Mhm.
lesbians over here. This guy, two
Mhm, mhm.
thumbs, and big fan of lesbians.
Do
Uh,
you know what? It was a place where all of the poets lived. All of the it was a place historically, like we're talking about antiquity. We're talking about way back in the day.
oh no, we have good records about Lesbos back in the day.
Yeah, and it was a very artistic and very and there's some belief that the women there, or all the people, men, women, whatever, were called lesbians as they were from Lesbos.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea of women who do not like men, or women who do not procreate with men, does not necessarily mean that the women there were lesbian. What it means is that it was a haven for gay men. So there weren't like a lot of traditional couples. It was very artistic and very forward. And it wasn't like, this we have this idea of the fictional Amazonia where the women ruled everything. That's not what Lesbos was.
No.
Lesbos was just sort of a safe haven for gay men, even though in antiquity, especially in Greece, gay men were welcome. They were fine, but they were able to just queer off publicly there with absolutely no problems.
Yeah. Well, one of the main things that the Romans recorded about them is they had a killer softball team.
Yes, they did. Yes. And a lot of chain wallets. The chain
Yeah.
wallets come from Lesbos.
They had my haircut. They love my haircut. Those
Yes.
lesbians. They're so fun. And I got one more for you. Burmese python. Where's Burma?
Burma is it's not India, but it's down there in that area.
Oh, it's
Isn't it?
definitely in that area. Yeah, it's adjacent to India. It's squished between India and what used to be Siam, Thailand. It's but they now call it Myanmar. And I
Okay.
think Rambo changed the name because I think Rambo 4 was in Burma or Myanmar,
Was
wasn't
it?
it? Yeah, I didn't see that one.
I don't know. Hey, I got a couple for you. I'll throw these at you. Okay. Where was Prussia? We hear about the old Prussian Empire. What would we most commonly refer to as Prussia today? What country?
Yeah, it's sort of East Germany and West Poland was
That's it.
Prussia back in
That's
the
it.
day.
Not
Yeah,
Russia. Everybody wants to go Russia, but no, it's not. It's Prussia.
no, and it wasn't Russian at all because it wasn't Slavic.
Right. And the term okay, what would the other one be? Give me another one. I'll give you another one. Nah, never mind. I don't know. You put me on the spot. I can't
Ah,
really think of anything
no,
else.
never mind. Okay, well, Cornish game hen, like
I had a
Cornwall.
couple.
Where Cornish? Where's that?
That's England. That's British Isles.
Yeah, Cornwall.
Cornwall. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that little thing, that peninsula that's sticking out on
Mhm.
the southwest part of the island.
How about okay? Here's one. Well, okay. How about Labrador? Where the term Labrador comes from a breed of dog that was popular. Where
Yeah, so on this one, I know there's a province of Canada that's Newfoundland and Labrador, but I don't think that's the first Labrador. And I have to admit, I wouldn't know where the first Labrador was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well, damn it. Now I got to look it up.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's French. I think it's somewhere off France. Somewhere like in the English Channel, I believe. Or is that the? Oh no. You know what? Yeah, it might be, but it's also. I was thinking of Guernsey. Guernsey. We know of Guernsey cows. Where is Guernsey? We have milkers that we have here in this country. Are
Oh,
Guernsey.
I don't even know the term Guernsey cows, and I'm from a farm.
Spend more time near Wisconsin. Guernsey is an island in the English Channel. I'm not sure where's Labrador.
The only thing I'm finding is the Canadian province,
Well,
Newfoundland
maybe
and
you're right.
Labrador.
Yeah, maybe you're
That
right.
can't be it. Come on.
Hold on.
No, that's all I got. That's all. All right. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe that is the Labrador. It's not. They're not telling me it was named after something else. Very disappointing.
The other thing that I like, the other thing that I'm fascinated by are cities that are legendary cities that just had their names changed. Like they were like a certain city for 1,000 years, and then suddenly they just changed the name. I already mentioned
Constantinople and Istanbul. Right.
Constantinople and Istanbul. I mentioned Peking in Beijing. It was Peking for like a million years, and then suddenly it
Yeah.
changed to Beijing.
And so that's kind of iffy because what we really did was fix our crappy translation of it, just like Bombay and Mumbai.
Yeah.
They didn't change the name. We were just like we're pronouncing this so wrong, and we could get a little closer.
Well, I don't think Bombay and Mumbai really. Bombay and Mumbai I just assumed they were completely different names because they don't even sound close as far as pronunciation goes.
Mumbai, Mumbai,
Have
Bombay,
we done
Mumbai.
that
Remember,
wrong?
you're listening to Bombay, Mumbai. It sounds
Where
like it could be the same.
where was New Amsterdam?
You mean New York?
Yeah, okay. A lot of
Okay.
people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that New
Hmm.
York, when it was settled by the Dutch, it was New Amsterdam, and then when the British came over, they called it New York.
You can't just go through the song though.
What song?
Istanbul's Constantinople and Istanbul.
I
That
don't even
song.
know that song.
Yes,
Is
you
that
do. You've heard it 1,000
do
times.
I?
It's a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an
I'm
old
not saying
dorky
it's not a
song.
thing. I'm saying that I don't. I'm not denying its existence, James. I'm denying my awareness of it. It's a
Right.
much different
I'm
thing.
telling you, you've heard that. Oh, and something else that blew my mind today. Do you know the song "Beggin"? Måneskin. It's like this. What are they like Italian or Danish or something?
I don't know. No, doesn't sound familiar to me.
Oh, well, it's a song that's been on the radio for like the last 6 months, and I've heard it a bazillion times. And then I just found out today that it was a cover from a Four Seasons song.
Really?
Yeah, and that really blew my mind for some reason. It was
Oh, I got one for you. Here, you want to talk about songs that we had no idea. Uh, Hold on. Here, I'll pull this up.
yeah. That's right, Bob. It was the They Might Be Giants song. Istanbul's Constantinople.
Here, let me. We're never going to be able to monetize this show, but okay. So, do you
Ever.
know this
Yeah.
song? Hold on.
Yeah, I think Måneskin is from Denmark, Bob. Isn't that right?
All right, here, I'm going to play a song for you, okay? We hear it everywhere today, whether it's in TV commercials or it's being sampled on hip hop tracks, whatever. But tell me if you're aware of this song. We'll just play a little bit of it. Here's the sample we always hear. Okay, so are you familiar with that song?
Not familiar. I've heard it, but I don't know it.
Really? Okay, so yeah, it's used in commercial advertising everywhere. It's sampled all of the time, and it's produced. It's a production by somebody, a group of performers, or just a guy who goes by the name Capone. And I'm not in touch. People are blown away when they learn where that song. Now it's been remade a couple of times, but here this is the version. Yeah. Okay, so this is the version of that song that blows people's mind. Are you ready? Okay, so we know
Okay.
that it's a fairly modern song. Actually, it's used in TikToks a lot. Somebody used it years ago in a TikTok, one of the first TikToks, and it became very popular. So okay, so we're familiar with this. Usually it's used in a viral video where somebody's, fucking up terribly. They're falling down a mountain or they're
Yeah.
getting whacked in the nuts.
I think that's the only way I've seen it. I don't think I've actually heard this song. I've just seen it on
Exactly.
videos.
It's actually kind of a banger. It actually is kind
I've
of
never heard the whole song. Now that you mention it, that does explain why I'm just casually am acquainted with it.
Okay, so that song is like everywhere. This is where it comes from. Listen to this. Do you recognize this band?
Aerosmith?
Yeah. That's an Aerosmith song.
I don't think I've ever heard this.
Oh, really? Oh,
Not the Aerosmith song. What album was this? Toys in the Attic?
Before Rehab in the Reinvention. So
Toys in the Attic.
yeah, I
Because
don't
that
know.
was in between when he had a decent voice and his voice was blown out. Because his voice was blown out, Permanent Vacation on. Oh, wow.
You missed the chorus.
No, I heard it. I heard it. So cool.
Yeah. But however, it does need to be mentioned. Hold on. That was a cover of this. This is the original. Here we go.
Ads.
Remember, I love you. I know you love me too. I wish you didn't have to go now. Right, Timmy? Seems like the other day.
Now I think this is a cool version.
He went away, crossed the sea. It's been 2 years or so since I saw my baby go. And then this letter came for me. It said that we were through.
Is this the Crystals?
Is the Shangri-Las.
Shangri-Las. Cool.
Let me think.
All right, here it comes.
What can I do? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Walking in the sand.
I think the Shangri-Las are cool as hell.
Yeah.
If you're unfamiliar with the Shangri-Las, they were a girl group from the 1960s. They were two sisters and a third girl. They were 15 years old. They could sing, man. They had a song. They were hanging out at like the Brill Building in New York City back in the 1960s. And they're like, we want to be singers. We want to be singers. And they're like, hey, come on, you're too young. We can't. And somebody wrote a song. And they said they needed somebody, and the other girl groups that they had that were, doing the vocalizations for stuff were gone. And they said, "Hey, what about these girls that are down in the lobby?" And they went and brought in these 15-year-old girls to come in and sing this song. And they had a bunch of hit records, a bunch of white
Nice.
girls from Long Island. And their biggest song is probably "Leader of the Pack." I don't know if you know that one.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the leader of the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shangri-Las are cool though.
All right, can I show you my this blew my mind because I literally discovered this today. I'll play you the song that's like a number 8 song in the country right now.
Yeah.
All right, so pull up that share screen. There
we are. Okay.
All right, so this is Måneskin from I think Denmark or something.
Put your loving hand out, baby, 'cause I'm begging. I'm begging you to put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging you to put your loving hand out, darling. Riding high when I was king, I played it hard and fast. I had everything. I walked away.
So that's that one.
Okay.
So kill that sucker, and then I will share screen to the original and hit share. Did it pop up for you, or did I go to another window?
It did not pop up yet.
Hang on.
Byron is right. Y'all gonna get copyright like.
Oh yeah, hey. Well,
yeah, we're not gonna monetize anything happening in this hour.
yeah, this is commentary purposes. This is for education only. All right, so you got the other video. Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
All right, so let me start this crap over. 4 seasons.
Put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging.
know this version. I know this song. I did not recognize this song in the updated way.
Put your loving hand out, baby. Riding high when I was king. Played it hard and fast 'cause I had everything. You walked away, warned me then that easy coming, easy going it would end. I'm begging you.
That's awesome.
Put your loving hand out.
I did not. I'll be honest with you. When I was listening to that Manskin,
Monoskin.
no Manskin, that's what I'm going to call them. When I was listening to Manskin, I'm like, okay. I'm like, I think I know this song. I've heard this. I couldn't put my finger on exactly where it was, but it was definitely something that was reminded me of something else. And then I heard that, and I went, oh God, yeah, okay, I know this song. I know this one.
Yeah, and so that Monoskin version, I've been hearing that for like the last 4 months, and my kids all sing it when it comes on in the car, and I didn't even know the other one existed. So when that happens, it's just like mind blown. Like I was a kid when Hard to Handle came out, and I wasn't like 22 when I finally heard the Otis Redding version. Yeah.
Do you know what I was just reminded of? We were talking about cities that had other names before, and I was very confused by this when I went to the city because a lot of the places went by it. Used to be called York. Do you know what North American city used to be called? York? And if you go to the modern city today, you'll still see like original York House or original, York Road and York this. Of course, there's York in England, but what was the North American city that was named York? Not New York, like the one in here, but what city was named York? Major North American city.
No idea.
Toronto.
Wow.
Yeah,
cool.
Toronto was New York until the French took it over. I think as soon as the French moved in and took over the bulk of Canada,
Right? Yes, we are going to have to give this a better name.
Toronto.
We do not like this York you speak of.
I don't know if that's but famous for the Battle of York. The Battle of York, which was a big Canadian battle, was the Battle of York, and the winner changed the name.
So I like how they had to change a couple names of the former Soviet Union, and that what they just like Stalingrad. Gee, what's Stalingrad called now? And they also had to change Leningrad.
St. Petersburg and
what? Wait, St. Petersburg was Leningrad, right?
Yeah, St. Petersburg was Leningrad,
and then Stalingrad was down there, kind of not too far from where the fun stuff's going on right now.
What was Stalingrad? Stalingrad.
You mean what is it now?
No, yeah. What is Stalin? What is? No, well, it was the original name, and then for a couple of years it became Stalingrad, and then it went back and reverted to its original name. But yeah, what is it? Is it?
It's Volgograd.
Okay, all right.
Like the Volga River, Volgograd.
Yep. All right, very good. This is fun. Do we have anything else? Oh, you know what I wanted to do with us today? I wanted to. Were you? By the way, I woke up this morning and I saw that I missed a call from you last night. Was it anything important? I was doing something, and I guess I didn't hear my phone call.
Oh, no, we can't talk about it on the air.
Oh, okay, all right. I was running around with my kid, so I wanted to check in with Flight Tracker, which is my new favorite thing to do.
Yeah, dude, what is that website? Like flighttracker24.com?
Yeah, Flight Tracker 24. It's a Swedish website where they track all of the all the planes. Not only is it cool, but there are things that you can do that we haven't even scratched the surface of what you can do. And what I love about it is the Swedes, socialism. I mean, this is you can pay like $1 a year to unlock all of the features, but with the free demo, which is what I use, you can do like all of the cool things that normally they would upcharge you for. It's crazy. Like, I'll show you something. Last night, is this it? Yeah. Is it sharing?
There it goes. It just started sharing. Yep.
Boy, wow. You know what? Maybe this isn't going to work because I'm having some difficulty maneuvering. It seems like, okay, there we go. All right. So last night, were you and I, were we talking about the situation with Homer 21, which is the American reconnaissance bomber?
Yeah, the one that was scooting through the Black Sea, just south of Crimea.
Yeah. Okay. So we touched on that while we were on the air. That thing here, I wanted to show you guys this. I don't know if this is going to work though, because I think we're using a little bit too much drag here. February 22nd, 3. Yeah. Okay.
There's an update on that plane, huh? What did it do? What happened?
Well, I wanted to show you the track. Is this it?
Yeah. So it started in Crete and then it went straight up and then took a right.
Okay. That's not it. Where's Homer 21? Where is it?
What is it doing? Another one?
22nd. 303 UTC. That should be right. No. But
you're going back in time.
Yeah, I was able to unlock the flight path that this plane was using.
Cool.
There it is. Okay. All right. So here it is. This is Homer 21. This is the United States Air Force reconnaissance plane. And it just decided to go hang out in the Black Sea where, you can see nobody is allowed in this area. So I want to show you its flight path because it was very provocative. If you understand that this Sevastopol right here, okay, this is the base of operation for the Russian Navy's Black Sea Fleet. Okay, this is one of the most strategic military locations in the world. This was the whole argument for, Russia so desperately wanting the Crimean Peninsula. They wanted the bases at Sevastopol. So here, this is, I'll show you where the bases are. So the bases are, there's a little inlet right here. You can't see it this magnification, but there's a base right in here. It's a very large, like I said, it's the base of the entire Russian Black Sea Fleet. All right, so this is Homer 21. This was from last night. This is so badass. Okay, so this is an American reconnaissance plane. It was flying at, let's see what it was flying at. It was 31,000 feet. Okay, so it's not hiding. This is
commercial level.
Yeah, this isn't like a U-2 spy craft that's trying to be scary. It's got its transponders on. It is posting its origin, which is all the way down in Crete, an island, not exactly Crete, but a little bit off there, but in that area, saying where it's going to land. It is basically just flying around here in the Black Sea, buzzing the Russian fleet. Now we can speed this up and we can actually watch the entire track. This went on for 3 hours. This dude went back and forth. Here, okay. So look, all right. So there he goes. He goes out here. He's pretty, he's not real close at this point.
He slows down though, huh?
He's going to turn around right now. He's going to come back. He's going to come back this way.
So this is what happened after we went off the air.
Yeah. All right. So now, look at this guy. This is a U.S. reconnaissance plane, and that right there, Sevastopol, that is the base of operation for the Russian Black Sea Fleet. That is a major military installation for the Russians. Okay, so go out this way. Now he's going to go up here. He's going to check out the other side.
Just doing donuts. That's all.
Doing donuts. Hold on. He's not done. He gets closer and closer with every pass. It's like he gets ballsier and ballsier. All right. Yeah. Now he's going to cross over that line.
So they got to be listening to like cell phone and radio and satellite traffic with that crap, right?
Well, I was reading some stuff about this because, the nerds, I found like a whole Reddit where like the nerds who were, following Homer, look at how close he is at that point. Like
look how slow he's going. Yeah.
He's right off the coast of Yalta. What they were saying was that he was absolutely being trailed by it, just as we suspected last night. He was being trailed by a number of Russian Navy jets who did not have their transponders on because if something should happen, they wanted deniability. All right. So basically this is over the course of 3 hours that we just saw. Okay. And now he's heading home, but look
running
at him.
Out of gas. Yeah.
He went up the entire length of the base and then went around, did donuts, flew around. And now he's going to head all the way back to Crete or whatever. But however, let's see what we got going on now, because there were some very cool things happening earlier today. Let's see. Let's reconnect so we can get a fresh page. I'm telling you, man, I'm such a nerd for this site now. Okay, let's get this up here now. There has been a plane that has been wreaking havoc all day today. Let's see if it's still the number one plane in the world. It is. Okay, number one. See right here? These are the most tracked planes in the world at the moment. So this plane, see, NA.
They have a ranking?
Oh, yeah. These are the planes.
What an amazing website.
Dude, check this out. We got Homer 39 up in the air now. We should see what Homer 39 is
Homer,
getting
what are
into.
you doing?
Let's see what he's doing. Oh, he's on his way. He just seems to.
No, look, it looks like he's cruising Israel and Lebanon there.
Yeah, but isn't he?
Well, he came from Crete as well, but he's listening to what's going on over there.
Yeah, we'll have to see where he's going. We'll have to figure out what he's all about. We don't know what Homer's doing. But this dude right here, this bitch, this guy has been nuts all day long.
Go, what's he doing?
Okay, hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Back.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
He's staying over Ukrainian airspace, I guess. Central and Western Ukrainian airspace.
I lost him here for a minute, but here's what he was doing. So starting this morning at about 10 o'clock, can you see where my pointer is, where my hand is?
Yes.
Okay. So he was fine. This is the contested area. This is the Donbas, right? Right here. This is the sliver that they want to take. So this plane has spent the entire day going up and down. And at first, he was so close that everyone assumed, and because he's dark, he's completely dark, no transponders, he's not saying anything. Nobody knows what he is. None of his information has been filed. So everybody assumed that it was a Russian plane, right? Because it was so close.
Well, then how is he on this website if he didn't have his transponder on?
Well, he's turning the transponder on and off. And that's why when you try and play back his like we just did with Homer, when you try and play it back, he's been doing this for over 12 hours now. Or, well, let's see, 9:50. Yeah, probably 12, 13 hours now. And you won't see one full continuous thing. You'll see like it'll stop, right? And then like he'll disappear and then he'll appear 20 minutes later, like way over in a different area.
Pull up the flight path. I want to see this.
Okay, yeah. So let's hear. We'll pull him up. We'll show you what he's been doing all day, if we can. All right, so there.
Yeah.
Where's he at now? Is he bogging out? Yeah, okay, he's bogging out. So this is definitely an American. We thought originally he was Russian, but then he was getting so close to Kiev at points during the day that it was like, no way. Okay, so here's what he was doing all day. Or at least this. All right, so look at this. He was just okay. Cool. So here's the desk convert. He was going, and this isn't the total. This is just since the last time he turned his transponder on. So this is probably like the last couple. But this guy, we watched him today at noon, and he had left this way, and he had gotten all the way over to Kiev. He was like, he was approaching the Polish border. Oh, here's Kiev here. Okay, so yeah, so he had gotten all the way out to here, and we were like, okay, he's not an aggressor. He's got to be an American plane. But this is some provocative shit too. I mean, just flying right there. And this guy, like it says, invalid transponder code, NA. I mean, they're not giving any information. Unlike Homer, who yesterday was saying, here I am. What are you going to do about it? Here's the other. Let's see what this guy is. Where's this guy? What is this? That's just a guitar playing. There was also in the middle of all of this, there was a weird plane in Japan that started to go all the way up to number 2. And I went and checked it out. And it was like, dude, it was flying real erratic patterns. Like it was a commercial plane. I don't know if it was having trouble with something but suddenly everybody jumped off Ukraine. All the bird watchers, as we call ourselves, all the bird watchers jumped off that one and moved over to like Japan. And they're like, what's this plane doing? Is this thing going to crash? Because it was like, it didn't. I mean, at least I haven't heard about a plane crash today. So I guess it was all right.
We would have heard about that by now.
We probably would have heard about it. All right. So right now at the moment, it looks like we've got Homer 39. He looks like he just left his base in Crete, so probably in an hour or so we might find him up in this area, or he may just be patrolling that area. Let's see. Okay, it looks like actually it does. It looks like he's just okay. Look at that, James. Yeah, he seems to be doing donuts here.
Yep.
So okay, so
keeping an eye, anything coming out the Middle East, because if Syria, was going to go interfere there. They might go around the waterway instead of flying over Turkish airspace because that's technically a NATO allied country. So
technically, yeah.
Yeah, that means they are a non-reliable NATO allied country.
That is what it means. There was also another interesting flight today that we watched. It was happening at noon, and it was for a brief period of time. The number one watched plane. It was a diplomatic, strategic flight group is what it was mentioned or listed as, a strategic flight group, and that means that it's typically diplomatic, like ambassadors or high level people. It had taken off from Moscow and had flown directly over Kiev and then on into Poland and continued on to Casablanca. So people were like, "What is that? Is that like?" Where people at that point start wondering, are these are these oligarchs getting the hell out, or is this just like some sort of like, are there going to be meetings in Casablanca, and that would probably be the only reason that a Russian military plane at this point of things would be allowed to just fly over Kiev, and because it wasn't a commercial plane. It was listed as a Russian military plane. It was listed under strategic something group, something I forgot what it was called.
Well, do you know where Casablanca is?
Yeah.
As a cardophile, you probably know, but ask in the commenters.
Yeah,
Y'all know where Casablanca is.
It went all the way down to here. Yeah, right here. So
Morocco.
What is this guy?
Morocco.
France.
That's where P. Diddy went for his 30th birthday.
Casablanca?
Yeah, well, Morocco. Him and a bunch of friends went on a private jet. It's like, that's not what we did for my 30th birthday.
For my 30th birthday. Yeah, I don't know what I did.
I went to Vegas with my parents.
For your 30th birthday?
Yeah, I had never been to Vegas before. My mom's a huge fan of Vegas.
Well, then you still haven't been to Vegas. If you've only been to Vegas with your parents, then you still haven't.
Right. Vegas. No, I've been another time. And that was pretty damn fun, but no.
Yeah, this guy's boogieing out. He's leaving. He's put in a long ass day. He's been up in this area all day long. He's going home. It's Miller time. All right,
dude, you could burn hours on that website. Just hours.
I have.
You have? Yeah. Good for you. You're lucky you get to do that. I know you feel like all unaccomplished because you don't have a real job.
I have a real job. You know what it's like trying to put together. I'm doing 3 hours a day in the afternoon, James. I don't know if you're paying attention to it. All by myself, just going through all that. It's a real job. It may not pay like a real job, but it's a real job. It's actually
a passion project. That's what I'm saying. You're lucky you get to do this. This is what you get to do.
Well, God, with God's grace and a generous listenership, we'll see how long this can continue. But you and I have bigger plans than that. All right, let's end this. What do you say? Let's get out of here. We were gonna talk about what an asshole Josh Hamilton is. I don't know if you heard about this.
Is he an a-hole? I didn't hear about that. Is your screen frozen? It's frozen over here. What's going on? Oh, now you moved.
Yeah, Josh Hamilton beat up his daughter, and yeah, apparently.
How do you beat up your daughter? I could understand beating up your son.
It happened in 2019. And so he went to court. He was found guilty. He got a fine, ordered to management. There's a protection order against, he can't go near his daughter.
Oh,
just another fine Christian for you.
Yikes.
I also wanted to show, we had great video of a drunk and surly John Jones in handcuffs, banging his head. Yeah, Bones Jones banging his head off a police car hood. The Vegas police released the body cam video from his arrest last September. Do you know about this?
Oh, I'm starting to think this kid's unstable.
Are you starting to think that maybe John Jones?
I don't even follow UFC, but I know about this dude over and over and over. How many arrests is this? Like 4?
Oh, enough. Yeah, enough that I've lost count. Enough that if you told me 10, I'd go, yeah, probably. And if you told me 2, I'd go, bullshit. More than 2. you know. Yeah, it was the night of his induction into the UFC Hall of Fame last September in Las Vegas. He got really drunk and he started beating up his girlfriend in the lobby of Caesar's Palace.
Is he retired? He's not fighting anymore?
He hasn't fought in 2 years. He's not retired, but...
Isn't he only like 31 or something?
They were like, oh yeah, no, he'll fight again. He's just got to get his shit together. He's taking a break.
Okay.
It's
good luck, Bones.
He gave up his belt willingly. He said, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to fight for a while. Here's the belt. But so he gets inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame last September, and he decides that he's going to tie one on. And he's in the lobby of Caesar's Palace, and apparently his girlfriend or wife or whatever was like, you need to settle down. And he's like, boom, and he pops her. And the police get called, and He walks out and starts walking down the strip, and then like all the police, because the police are told John Jones is drunk and just beat up his. So like 50 cops show up,
I'd be like,
and then John Jones.
hey, you go first. Hey, Jeff, you go first. Byron, you go first. I'm not going first on John Jones.
He's trending. I may talk about it tomorrow on the High Noon Show. We may play some of the video, but maybe tomorrow night we'll play it for you because
It'll be the Violence Against Women Spectacular.
He's he's screaming at the cops. He goes, "Oh, a black man can't walk down the street." And it's like, dude, you just punched your girlfriend. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and there's a lot of black fellas walking up and down the street, and we're not bothering any of them.
You're not being arrested because you're a black man walking down the street. You're being arrested because you took a very public poke at your girlfriend in the lobby of Caesar's Palace.
Not exactly Emmett Till material, are you, John?
You dumbass. And then the body cam footage is spectacular. He basically puts a huge dent in the hood of the police car by slamming his head into the John needs to do a little work on himself. John needs to get to know the inner John Bones Jones and learn to love him again, I think.
All right, later.
All right, later. There he goes. That's James. We will be back tomorrow at noon for the High Noon broadcast. I hope you can join us. Donate to the show. As I say, we do this at the leisure and at the leisure and the generosity and the kindness of all of you good folks. Whatever you want to do. If you can help donate to the show, that's great. End of the month, you know how it goes. No hard sells. Tweet the show, share the show, tell people about the show, grow the show. We do this every night at 9:00 with me and Parker, and then the High Noon Show comes on at noon. That's just me going through all of the day's topics. We talk about everything. If it's trending, if it's a headline, if it's something that's happening in the world, I consider it a utilitarian offering. It's for you, so that you know what's happening. It's going to do it. Love you all. Be good. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Let's let John Hinckley take us out. Okay, bye, everybody.